Hello. Welcome to Music in Mind with Anthony Caulkins. Today's episode is a conversation with the drummer Oliver Dobrian from the band Filmspeed. Oliver and I have been friends for a number of years, and we had a cool conversation talking about rock music, talking about life as a touring musician, as a working musician, and things like that. But before we get to that, a couple things. One, if you are a fan of musical theater, I will be playing in the pit orchestra for 3D Theatrical's production of the musical Kinky Boots, taking place at the Cerritos Center for the Performing Arts in Cerritos, California. This is happening for the next 2 weekends, and after that I will be performing in a production of Sister Act at the Lewis Family Playhouse in Rancho Cucamonga, California. So if you're a musical theater fan, come and check those both out. Before we begin, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment if you have any thoughts, and subscribe to my pages. And if you like my content generally, please consider visiting my Patreon page. Welcome to Music in Mind with Anthony Caulkins. Cheers. Oh, over the computer. Yeah. All right. Hello, everybody. This is my friend Oliver Dobrian.
Hi.
He is a drummer for the band Filmspeed.
Yep.
And we've been friends for a few years now.
Yeah, several years. How long has it been, really?
Probably.
When did you start ICIT?
2014.
Okay.
So probably in there
6 years.
Yeah.
Great.
Cool. So how's stuff been going with you? I
Pretty
haven't
good.
seen you in a while.
I know. Yeah. This is our first time hanging out in like about a year or so.
Yeah. It's true.
I've been good. Just been busy with Filmspeed. Like we've just been going hard, trying to keep that whole being a band thing alive. You know.
Cool. Are you playing? Like, you guys playing out a lot?
We're playing a lot. Yeah, gigging a lot. Right now, we've been recording a lot. These past, like, maybe three months or so has been a lot of recording. We're recording at this place called Maps in Fullerton. So shout out to Maps. It's run by this guy, Mike Wilson, buddy of ours from Buddy Bands, who just owns a studio out there. And real nice guy, real cool space. And he's been training new guys, like new engineers and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So he's been giving us the bro deal of like half off rates for the day if we put up with him training new people.
Great. That's a good way to do it.
It's a win-win situation. So, yeah.
There was a recording studio back in Madison. I don't know if it's still there. It was connected to like a little recording school they have there called Madison Media Institute.
Yeah.
And you could sign up for free sessions with student engineers, and they'd go it was something crazy. It was like 10 p.m. to 3 a.m.
Whoa. Nice.
Yeah, it was kind of awesome.
Yeah,
I loved
great.
it. It was really cool. So like in high school, my friends and I and our
just
band, we'd spend all night there.
That's awesome.
Go get like tacos at 1:30 and come back. And,
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's the way to do it for sure.
Yeah, it's a fun spot.
Yeah.
Cool. So what are you guys recording?
Just new stuff. I mean, we're never short on material. Like Craig is a super prolific writer, and he'll just like send us phone demos of him mumbling into his phone in his car, and we'll just pick one we like and just work it out.
Cool.
Like this last one we just recorded on Tuesday. We wrote it 4 days prior and on Saturday. So. It started as him mumbling into his phone and just and we were just like, okay, we can work with that, and hashed it out on Saturday, rehearsed it again on Monday, and recorded it on Tuesday. So
cool.
Yeah,
that's great.
I've been in the band like 3.5 years now, so we have a pretty decent workflow at this point where we just are able to we're all on the same wavelength creatively enough to the point where we just kind of get shit done.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you there's this weird thing in rock bands where like the songwriter is in sort of a classical sense wouldn't be considered the sole songwriter.
Sure, yeah.
Do you write your drum parts and everything like that?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I just always, as a drummer period, I'm always just trying to serve the song, right? So,
right, of course.
So whatever it needs at that moment. But he'll make suggestions, and if he has an idea or something he's hearing, he'll let me know, and then I'll try and fit that. But
yeah, like the collaborative writing process of rock music is really interesting.
Yeah. I kind of dig the way we do it too, just because Craig's a really good songwriter, but he's also very humble and also weirdly detached from his songs in a kind of interesting way, in the sense that like he'll write, like, I don't know, you should talk to him about it, but he's you know, very pragmatic, I guess is the word, right? Like he just writes the song and he says, guys, there are infinite options we can use for this song. We just have to pick some.
Okay.
I'm happy with any of them if we all like it. So
he's trying to serve the song rather than like his emotional.
No, he's not emotionally invested at all.
Fuck this song.
No, honestly, we say that numerous times already.
That's good.
Yeah. Numerous, like, we were just on Saturday, we were writing this brand new song that no one's ever heard. It's a brand new song, and like 3/4 of the way through the rehearsal, he's just like, man, I'm starting to hate this song.
Guys, does this suck?
Does this suck? And we're like, no, just power through it, man. It'll be good.
Interesting. Yeah.
I don't know.
You're like writing in studio too.
Yeah, well, we have a practice space. Yeah, so we're writing
Okay.
we're writing in there, and then we take it into the recording studio and do it there.
Okay. Cool.
But I mean, I think it just comes from, he's been doing music basically like his whole life, and you know, it's just I like his philosophy in the sense that like he's a very big music fan. He loves music, and he's got a good ear and knows how to make and create music.
Right.
But he's also just super kind of just jaded isn't the right word, but just kind of he's seen it all and been around the block enough to where like, yeah, I know this move, I know that move. Let's just employ all the moves we know.
Sure.
And make it into something cool.
Cool. Yeah. So we kind of glossed over it, but Filmspeed.
Yeah, we're called Filmspeed. Yeah.
And you're like a rock band?
We are a rock band. We are, we're trying to keep rock and roll alive.
Subcategorize yourself at all, or you're just straight ahead rock and roll?
We're trying to keep a dead genre alive, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, that is depressing.
It's pretty sad, right?
And I was talking with the last person I had on, Nathan Atwater, who's a bass player, more like a freelance guy.
Yeah.
But he didn't believe me when I was like, I think grunge is like dead.
Grunge has been dead since the 90s.
It's like, it's my bread and butter. It's maybe like my favorite music. It like hits me the hardest in the heart, so to speak. But he's like, is it going to have a resurgence? It's like, I definitely not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No way.
Have you heard Pearl Jam's latest song?
I haven't.
Oh yeah, they just put out a song like a couple weeks ago or something, real recently, and it's weirdly Talking Headsy. It's like it's electronic drums, like kind of. It's barely Pearl Jam.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's cool.
It's you have to disassociate it from Pearl Jam and just treat it as a song.
Yeah.
It's an okay song, but it just doesn't sound like Pearl Jam. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
Yeah,
they're definitely going for some like 80s.
30 Seconds to Mars do something like that too, where they really changed and became like much more electronic and less heavy.
I feel like everyone does that at some point, because rock is dead, dude.
Yeah. 9 Inch Nails is still fucking heavy.
Yeah, they are.
Their latest
but they were
album
never.
awesome.
They were never.
They were always electronic.
Yeah, they were always
heavy.
Exactly right.
And they're still both. I love it.
Yeah. 9 Inch Nails is great.
Yeah, I guess they went through like a not heavy thing.
Sort of.
Yeah.
I mean, they have their slower songs on the album.
Yeah. That's cool. So you're trying to keep rock alive, or you're trying to keep a dead thing alive.
Trying to keep a dead genre alive.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we're also a highly live oriented band too. Like,
for sure.
Yeah. Like we pride ourselves on our live show more. Like, not more than, but but
even your videos really like seem like they're trying to bring a live.
Yeah. We're trying to tell you to go to a live rock and roll show because they're fun. You should go to rock shows. Yeah, rock and roll shows are fun. And so,
is it fun? Is there a fun rock and roll scene in LA?
Well, we play more in Orange County, and I mean, we're trying to play more in LA. We do occasionally. Obviously, you have to, but I don't know. Like,
I just mean, is there a community of rock bands? Like
there sort of is.
Yeah.
We have our buddy bands that we hit up on, and our friends that we play with occasionally. That we just kind of cross paths as much as possible. We're kind of the weirdest ones in the sense that we don't fit any subgenre to the point where we have that sort of scene. We kind of flip among the subgenres. So we'll play like ska shows, and we'll play like metal shows. We'll play at shows where we are always the sore thumb, right? Like we're always the band that doesn't quite match the sound.
It's not the worst place to be.
At
least people remember you.
Yeah, well, they remember us and
be like, that was weird.
If anything, it just means we're versatile, right?
Yeah. It's true. So, metal shows, huh?
Yeah, well, not quite metal, but like some hardcore stuff that we don't quite match.
Death punk.
Yeah, like some shouty shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole scenes thing.
Yeah, it's
It's
hard.
weird to me. I feel like there are so many thriving comedy scenes throughout all of LA, Orange County, the whole thing.
Yeah,
and I don't know. Like I have a hard time feeling or finding tons with live music scenes.
Yeah. I mean,
like groups of musicians sort of separately working towards similar goals, and then they become a community for that reason.
Right. That's kind of true. That's kind of what's happening. You know, as much as I tell everyone to go out to live shows and come see us play live, they don't. You know, people are lazy, so they don't actually get off their ass and go to shows. Yeah. Unless there's some, nationally touring act, which is, understandable.
Do you think live music is dead too?
No. I don't think that's true. But I think...
Yeah, Coachella still happens.
Yeah, Coachella still happens. Yeah, like, people still go to concerts. They just don't go to their friends' concerts.
That's true.
Yeah. Which is weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking about this the other day, like... Since I make music in sort of weird ways, and sometimes I'll put on music, like putting on anything that is mainstream at all, I almost feel bad about.
Why?
Like I should be only listening to people who aren't listened to try and do my part to help. Rather, like, does Pearl Jam need another listen? No, probably not.
Yeah. I get that. But also, I love my mainstream stuff. So, like,
oh man,
I know. Yeah.
Megan and I were going through the other night trying to find the best covers of Beatles songs.
Ooh, that's a fun game.
And well, it was interesting because with like songs like "Come Together," there's like 1,500 covers.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see like the directions. Do you make it like really heavy, or do you make it like weirder? Do you go with like the more psychedelicness from the lyrics, or do you like turn it into like really like trudging?
Right. Yeah. Fun. Yeah, that's cool. Who was the best one?
I think Gary Clark Jr.'s is amazing.
I'm sure it's good.
Yeah. I also really like Soundgarden's.
I didn't know they did it. That's cool.
They do a really neat one.
Cool. Aerosmith is the big famous one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Is that does Robin Williams do one?
Yeah, Robin Williams and Bobby McFerrin.
That's right. Yeah.
That's actually pretty decent.
That one's all right.
Because George Martin actually produced it.
Yeah, that whole project is weird.
Did you have that album growing up?
I didn't have the album. I've listened to it.
Okay, yeah.
I like Jim Carrey's
I Am the Walrus.
Yeah, that's good.
That one's really good. I think those two are probably the best on that record, but it's just a weird thing that George Martin did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that record, and it was like 99 or something. I think my mom bought it, and I just listened to it just for fun. Yeah. It's weird.
It's weird to hear somebody like Jim Carrey like singing seriously.
Right. But also a silly song. Though.
Well, right, a silly song, and I feel like that's what makes it work. I was watching do you know the Jim and Sam show?
No.
Jim Norton and they're like comedians in New York. It's like they're from the whole like Opie and Anthony era.
Yeah.
And so they had Ricky Gervais and Bert Kreischer on.
Nice.
And they were like pulling up back when the two of them used to be in bands before they were comedians.
That's fantastic.
And it was
Bert
just
Kreischer was in a band?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's hilarious.
But like how serious their songs were, and like they were trying to be so cool. And it's really weird when it like puts into relief how stupid songs are.
Yes.
Like, especially when it's a comedian who is trying to be serious. Because, like, what they do now is so goofy as comedians.
Right. Yeah.
And then, like, you start thinking about other songs that you love, and you're like, wow, this is really stupid. It's so lame to take it that seriously.
I mean, if you just dissect the lyrics of most songs, they're pretty dumb.
Yeah.
There are very few, like, truly profound lyrics out there.
I feel like punk does it really well, though, because punk is already, like, sort of not taking itself seriously.
Yeah, it's kind of tongue-in-cheek already.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, I was actually, just the Filmspeed guys and I also have a podcast, because we just decided to have a podcast called Consistently Off, which is literally...
Consistently Off?
It's called Consistently Off. Yeah.
Not off. Okay.
Like, consistently messed up. Yeah.
Cool. Is it everywhere? Is it on iTunes?
Yeah, it's on all those podcasting places, all
Sweet.
the things. Yeah.
Go get it.
Go check it out. You'll be the one listener we have. It's basically the way we socialize, like once a week. Like that's not music related. We rarely talk about band. Well, we talk about band's business like peripherally. It's mostly just how we catch up and shoot the shit. Yeah. But we were just having this conversation that like there's a weird cultural connection between like all musicians want to be rock stars, or I mean all rock stars want to be comedians. All musicians also want to be rock stars, but all comedians want to be rock stars and all rock stars want to be comedians, right? So it's just this weird kind of symbiotic thing where everyone, like, it's a kind of probably a performance thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, as a musician, I admire comedians for their ability to just like do something by themselves and like
so
move
vulnerable.
an entire. It's the most
like...
vulnerable you'll ever be, and just move an entire audience. And then I think the way comedians picture rock stars is like we're using music. We're not even using words, right? We're using music and stuff. So it's this kind of thing where I'm a huge comedy nerd. I love analyzing and dissecting comedy as much as I love music. You know? But it's just fun for me.
Yeah, analyzing and dissecting comedy.
Oh, sure, totally.
Yeah, for sure. It's hard. I feel like a lot of comedians get pissed off about that idea.
What, that it's an art form?
Yeah, I remember I said to somebody who was doing comedy once, like, I think it's like one of the most powerful forms of expression.
Yeah.
Like, you can say really important, serious things through humor.
Sure.
And he was like, I don't know, man, it's just jokes. Like,
well, it's both.
He was like mad at me for taking it so seriously.
Yeah, I think it's both, though.
Yeah.
You know, just like everything, you know, there's two sides to it. You can take it super serious and try and make a point, or you can just make a fart joke. Yeah, and it's hilarious. You know?
That's why rock and roll's good.
Yeah,
and punk's good because it's not that serious. It's fun.
Yeah. I mean,
it is serious, but it's like have a good time. Like, go crazy.
Party. Yeah, I mean, I grew up as a pop punk kid, so like all the songs I grew up listening to are about like pizza and how much you hate your hometown.
Pizza.
So, yeah, dude.
Wait. What songs are about pizza?
Well, like that's just the pop punk stereotype at this point. It's just like their songs are about teenagerdom, pizza parties, and hating your hometown. There's a song by
if we get all of our homework in class, we'll get a pizza party. Fuck yeah.
There's literally a song by a Japanese band called Pizza Man that's about being a pizza delivery guy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that makes more sense. The pizza delivery guy, because I feel like the kind of like the minimum wage job kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah.
What's that song by Rise Against? Swing Life Away.
Oh yeah, but that's like the serious side.
Yeah. Oh my god, my mom hated that song so much. Said it was so like.
It's not a great song. It's not their best song.
No.
Yeah.
I think I was teaching it to a student at one point.
That's funny.
That's where I learned it. But she was like, that is so like these people who are clearly like fairly famous musicians, like talking about getting by just fine
white boy
on minimum
problems.
Wage. Like, Is
it
fine? It's fine for you because you don't actually have to do it.
Yeah. White boy problems. I mean, that's kind of the rock star dilemma, right? Trying to seem like a working man, but you're a rock star.
But I feel like a lot of bands start off pretty like working class, at least historically.
That's kind of got to start from the bottom. Now you're here, type thing, you know.
Have you listened to the new Tool album?
I have. Yeah. It's a Tool album.
But what does that mean? What? How do you feel about Tool generally?
I love Tool. They're a great band, and I think probably the 15-year gap, 18-year gap, long fucking
12
gap.
or 13, I think.
Yeah, big gap between records kind of caused the record to be a little overhyped, which. It's not a bad record by any means. It's just...
Yeah, I mean, it's impossible to do that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody can succeed with that kind of build-up.
Yeah. You're gonna...
I mean, they won a Grammy.
They did. Yeah, it's a good record. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, it's just another Tool record that should have probably, in all honesty, come out like 3 years after the last one.
Yep.
If it had come out 3 years...
I mean, I feel like it shouldn't have come out at all.
Really? Why not?
I don't know. To me, it's like it's all really good.
Yeah.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
The grooves are awesome. Mm-hmm. It's all really tight. It's well composed.
Yeah.
And it like adds zero value to the Tool catalog.
It does. Yeah.
Which bums me out.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's good.
Yeah.
It's not better.
Yeah.
It's not new. It's not
breaking
anything.
any ground at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my thing, right? And
the only thing that's different is Maynard's singing style is really different. I would say, like it sounds like he's singing for Lucifer or A Perfect Circle.
Yeah, he's singing pretty well on that record.
Yeah.
But like that's what I mean. I think the fact that it took 13 years for them to make it hurt them.
Well, I feel like you can also hear that they didn't write it together. It's not really collaborative. It's like one person came in,
maybe
another person came in a few months later, laid down tracks. It was not like. I don't know. It's exactly the opposite of like the collaborative rock and roll writing that I think of.
I get it. Yeah, I didn't really get that vibe, but I see what you're saying because it took them that long. and they probably had all sorts of internal drama during the making of it. But,
well, I guess Maynard, on some interview, I don't remember which one, maybe it was on Joe Rogan, when he was talking about how they had like multiple albums that they just threw away.
Nice.
Like they'd done a full album and they were like getting there, and it's just like, it didn't work out. So
I mean, fuck it. It's on those guys at that point, right? Like,
yeah, of course.
Yeah, but like, just put it out. Who cares? You know?
I wish they hadn't. It sort of taints Tool, and it really bugs me. It bums me out.
I think I agree with you. It just doesn't add anything, right? Like if it had come out like 2 years after 10,000 Days did, it wouldn't have it would have been the same record, but it would have just been like, okay, another.
But then it's okay. As long as they keep. This is the thing I have with Nine Inch Nails is they have bad albums and they have like awesome albums, but they put out so much material that it's okay, because I'm actually kind of seeing Trent Reznor's process as an artist, and not everything is a home run. Right. But that's cool.
Right.
But when it's like that long and that meticulous, it's just It's a risky way to work.
It's and I don't think it worked because you're setting the bar too high. Everyone's expectations are going to be through the roof, and and even if you put out an objectively okay record, that's not enough because you waited 12 years to do it. You know.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
It's a problem. Call them up.
Maynard, get your shit together. I don't know. I like Tool a lot, though.
Have you had his wine?
I haven't. No, have you?
No. It's expensive.
And that's what everyone says. Yeah. I want to try it, but it's so expensive. Yeah.
Go to his. What does he have? A trattoria?
Yeah. He's got like restaurants and stuff now. That's what's been taking up these 12 years. Is he's been busy with that stuff.
Yeah, right. And his 2 other bands.
Yeah. So whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe Tool's not high on his priority list anymore.
Probably not.
Yeah. Well, more power to him.
Something like System of a Down was back together or something.
They're doing a show with Korn and Faith No More. Dude,
why is Korn so funny to me? Like, really? Why is it funny that Korn is? Well, I mean, also they're like so different than the original lineup, right?
No, I think the only person that's changed is the drummer. I think the rest of it's all.
Oh, really? Okay, all right.
Same guys. Yeah, the drummer changed in like the mid 2000s or something, but. I think
But I thought they lost their original lead guitar player.
He might have left and came back.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Korn. Wow.
Yeah, they're a thing. Yeah. So it's going to be them. Yeah, them, System of a Down, and Faith No More. I think I don't know if it's a tour or like a one-off show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, System of a Down does one-offs like all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it'll be a fun show.
Do you know much about the whole like AB5 controversy that's going through?
No.
Oh, have you heard of it?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
no.
Assembly Bill 5. It was it's a law that's gone through that a lot of freelance musicians are like really bent out of shape about.
What for?
So it changes the ability of companies to hire private independent contractors. As contractors rather than
right. They have to fill
employees.
out W-2s and stuff now. Yeah, they have to be
right. And so like an opera company up in San Francisco had to cancel their entire season.
Yeah,
and it's just like
Yeah.
Crazy. It's like one of these things that's designed to help people, and it like
I think
it really helps unions a lot. Like unions love these kinds of laws,
Sure,
and then
sure.
everybody who's doing it independently, it's just
They're just trying to crack down on the side hustlers, right? You know, like because
right. But the problem with music is the side hustlers. It's like 80% of them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So it's tough for musicians for sure. Yeah, I think I did hear some peripheral stuff about this. I don't know the details, but yeah, I mean. I'm all for the side hustle. I think you should just, be able to make money any way you can.
Yes.
But
unions don't like it. But
yeah.
The libertarian in me.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You can't just tell me what I can and can't make money doing.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know. I think the whole union thing is just like I'm all for people helping each other out, but I'm also like if I get a better offer than you, I want to take the better offer. Like
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, also it limits the number of jobs that are possible.
Yeah, right. Yeah. If you're trying to make things fair, yeah. I don't know.
It's this weird thing about
it's a balance.
Making things fair versus making things better.
Yeah.
And like sometimes things are better unfair in a weird way. It depends on what. Well, not always. But I was listening to a debate, another podcast, the Live from the Comedy Cellar podcast.
Okay.
Do you know that one?
Mm-hmm.
They have They like to have like the owner of the Comedy Cellar in New York likes to have like academics come on and talk about issues.
Nice.
What were they talking about? They're talking about minimum wage for servers and other tip-based jobs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so there was this whole thing about in New York City making a law that servers had to make minimum wage.
Right.
Because I think they do in California, actually.
Yeah. I'm not sure. It might be like just below. But
Okay.
Yeah.
But apparently a lot of the servers in New York were up in arms about it.
Right.
Because if they make minimum wage, they'll be making whatever, like $12, $13 an hour, whatever it is in New York.
Yeah.
Versus making an average of like $25 an hour.
Right. With tips.
Through tips.
Yeah.
And so it's this situation where it isn't fair because some people are not going to make that.
With tips?
If you're not as good at serving, or if you're at a restaurant with bad clientele or something, you won't make that. So the system is unfair.
Yeah.
But making a fair system makes people like lose out more or something like that.
Sure. Yeah, that's
theory.
interesting.
Yeah. Well, it's just weird when the practitioners themselves don't want it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I also see the argument for having a system based on charity, so to speak,
Sure.
is not.
Yeah.
It's not really a good.
It's not ideal.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I mean, I used to be a terrible tipper until I got a job that was tip based.
Did you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's funny.
Used to be, and then I got a job that was tip based,
Yeah.
and then I switched, and now I get it, and now I tip well. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a good tipper at like coffee shops and stuff where they do that thing where you can decide.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. My policy is kind of like if you're bringing something to me, then I'll tip you. But if I'm getting it at the counter, I don't. It's my.
Well, especially since in theory they're supposed to be making minimum wage.
Yeah.
It's different in like Wisconsin where, like, when my sister was working serving, she was making like $2.75 an hour.
What? Holy shit.
Well, because the idea is that you
are just working the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think there is some subclause that, like, if your tips don't average to minimum wage, they have to make up the rest. Mm-hmm. But usually you make a little more than minimum wage.
Huh. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, no, I mean, the tip-based job I had was delivery driver, so that's a little different. So they're just signing a receipt and putting whatever they want on the receipt. So,
were you doing it through like a company or through an app?
Through a grocery store, through yummy.com. Yeah. I don't work there anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't work there anymore. It's grocery deliveries. So, like, you just order your groceries. It's mostly for, like, I worked at the one in Santa Monica. It's a chain up in LA, but I worked in the Santa Monica one, so I was just delivering to rich people in, like, Venice and Santa Monica.
Okay.
And so sometimes the tips are amazing, sometimes they suck. It's just the luck of the draw.
Yeah.
But, that just kind of, like, sometimes you make, like, triple your wage in tips on a single day. And it's just like, today was awesome.
Yeah.
So it's a weird system. I don't principally believe in tipping as a philosophical idea.
It doesn't seem like a good system.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for charity. I'm all for being nice to people.
Yeah. I guess the side of it that's interesting is that in theory the company isn't getting a cut. So it's a direct relationship between
the driver and the person. Yeah.
Right. So in that sense it's good because the company isn't taking a slice of it.
They are taking taxes from it. And they are.
Well, the company doesn't get those taxes.
No, the government gets the taxes. But they also encourage you to share the tips for the
right.
people. They encourage you to, and I just give them a bit, But it's it goes back into the company a little, but it's mostly going straight to the driver for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Which is weird because it automatically makes being a driver the best position to work at that store.
Yeah.
Just because of the extra income. It's
my dad's a pizza delivery driver, and I think his wage is like $4.75 an hour.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and he just gets the tips.
But yeah, I think he averages like 15 or 16.
Nice. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I mean,
and delivery tips are like kind of bad.
Yeah. Well, it depends on the person. In Santa Monica, you can get the nice.
Are they
people.
good? Okay.
We knew the customers at a certain point. And you're like, the ones that are good. And it's like, oh, sweet, I'm gonna get about like $50 right now.
Well, I was trying Postmates around here, and like
Yeah.
Tips are like, I would say 10 to 15% of the time no tip.
Whoa.
It's like a good amount of the time no
Yeah.
tip, and usually like
that
$1 or two. And
That
it's like,
sucks. Yeah.
well, the problem is there's the thing where like if somebody's ordering from like McDonald's,
Yeah.
and their bill is $5
Plus the delivery fee.
they
plus
don't
the,
like
yeah.
20% of that. First of all, is like nothing.
Yeah.
And how much are they going to tip?
Right.
It's yeah.
Yeah. I haven't done the Postmates thing. I've thought about it. Like the Uber.
It's not. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a good way to make money. Uber seems maybe better.
Maybe. My car is just too dirty.
Yeah.
I need a better car.
Yeah. That's cool. So what else do you have going on?
What else do I have going on? I don't know, man.
You got your band?
Yeah, I got the band. Been, just living with my folks I've been teaching a lot of drum lessons.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I'm working up at a music school up in LA, in like Pasadena area, once a week. It's just, commuting to LA from Irvine on Wednesdays and just teaching like...
Are you a contractor with them?
Yeah, so
it's one of the industries that was exempt.
Yeah. Was it? Teaching?
Tutoring
good.
kind of things.
Yeah.
Good. Not musicians, but tutors.
I am a tutor.
Yeah.
I am an after-school tutor. It was weird because I think the reason I knew about what you were talking about is because I think at the beginning of this year they were like, we might have to make you fill out a W-2. We might have to switch you over, but then they didn't end up doing that. So that's why I kind of only sort of know about it. I was just kind of secondhand hearing about it. But yeah, that's a fun gig. I've been doing that for about a year, a little over maybe. And yeah, just teaching kids. My oldest student is in his 40s.
Nice.
And
do you like teaching?
Yeah, I love teaching. It's fun. It's easy. It depends on, I always just try and vibe with the student and see what they're interested in rather than.
So what do drum students want to learn now? Because it's this weird thing with guitar students. Because there's no guitar gods that anybody's looking up to.
No one's taking solos.
What do you want to know on guitar now?
I'm with you. Yeah. Well, I mean, to be honest, about half of them are there because their parents are making them.
Right.
So, which is interesting because some people are more into it than others.
Yeah.
And the kids who aren't into it at all, I usually just kind of act more as a therapist / babysitter for them.
Sure.
And I'm fine with that. We'll play drums if you feel like playing drums, but really, how was your day? Let's just hang out for a bit. And the parents don't care because they're basically just asking for a break from their kid.
Yeah.
It's fine. But there are some parents who are more invested and want their kids to actually be learning music, and those are the ones I try harder for.
Yeah, of course.
And then there are kids who are legitimately good at drums and are talented, and I'm like inspired to really try and get to learn.
Yeah,
shit.
and the lesson's fun.
Yeah, and then it's fun to so it just ranges. It's really just dependent on the student for me. But I enjoy it. It's fun to do. Money's all right. It's not great, but.
And you have to drive all the way to Pasadena?
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Once a week. Way. Once a week is bearable. If it were more than that, I think I'd probably get a little frustrated. But
Yeah, I have a student up in Mount Washington, and I end up having to drive back to Long Beach at like 5 o'clock. It's just like, it's the worst. It can take me 2 hours.
Yeah, luckily my hours are 3 to 8, so I usually just go up there around like noon, get some lunch, hang out, get there at like 3, and then 8 o'clock it's fine to drive home. Basically.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So
sweet.
It's not bad. Other than that, man, I'm, doing my own solo writing. Like I said, living with my parents because it's rent free and it's great. And I love my parents.
Writing songs?
Yeah, writing songs. Lately, my goal for this year, such as it is, has been trying to launch my own, like, kind of personal YouTube channel of just, like, music and music stuff, just a la any person making music on YouTube.
Like
just
talking or performing or
whatever. Yeah, music, talking, just kind of a thing, just to have a creative outlet and that no one controls but me.
Yep. Yeah.
And I'm slowly amassing it. I'm trying to, rather than just start it and just put out a video that no one's going to see, actually have something of a launch for it. Yeah. I can't announce anything because there's nothing to announce yet. So if there were, I'd tell you.
Right.
I'll let you know when it is going to become a thing.
Yeah.
But I do want, like, I have some stuff in the chamber that I'm like kind of just pooling and want to have like maybe 3 or 4 videos to just put out at once and then just consistently try and keep doing stuff from there.
Are there any channels you're basing it on or anything?
No,
like that?
I mean, just like I'm inspired by people like the Adam Neelys and the like those types of people who.
I loved his video on the national anthem. Did you see that?
Oh, the Demi Lovato one. I didn't see it. Yeah, I saw that he posted one.
Oh,
yeah.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Talking about it was nice because he points out that like her singing of it is pretty nice.
Yeah,
she did a good job.
She didn't.
And like the arrangement is just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I haven't seen the video.
It's so weird. I remember Megan played it, and just like right off the bat, it's like, what? What are they playing?
Yeah.
And it's like half MIDI tracks. It's so
they were like fake horns and shit. Yeah,
so
it was not
weird, man.
Not a good arrangement at all. Yeah. But she sang pretty well. I remember she was like,
it was nice.
Stuff.
It was
not too long.
Fairly tasteful. I mean, not too crazy.
Yeah. Couple weird ornaments, but they were ornaments, so you're supposed to do that. Yeah,
I agree. His channel, like the progression of it, is really inspiring to me because like it started off with just like, here's how you do this thing on bass. Here's how you do like an octatonic scale. Really like kind of basic teaching stuff. And like kind of growing into talking about more musical ideas.
Right. So I mean, it's that sort of thing. I mean, he comes from a jazz background. Obviously, I come from a rock background. So. Hey,
You've studied jazz?
I have, but I like rock more. So, I mean, I'll talk about jazz if I have to, but
if you have to,
if I have to, if someone's gonna make me. And then there's this guy Charles Cornell, who's another. I think he's like a buddy of Adam Neely's actually, who started a channel himself. He put out a compilation video of him playing piano to meme videos. And like adding accompaniment to like he's kind of more on the comedy end of things where he's just being silly. So like there's no rules on YouTube. Just whatever seems like fun. And there are people who are already doing it. So I figure, why not me? I'm
sure.
Cool.
Just throw your hat into it.
Yeah.
I liked Adam Neely's practicing the lick for 5 hours.
Yeah, holy shit! That's commitment, man. I love it.
I feel like I heard it on Colbert the other day.
The lick?
Yeah,
nice. It's everywhere, man.
It was fun. It had to have been on purpose because Ricky Gervais was on and he was like pantomiming playing piano, and I think the piano player
just
like
did
it. It was funny.
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, I mean, the music industry's tough, man. It's not really even a thing anymore.
Right.
So, whatever works. Just make honestly, I just want to have fun. I just want to jam. So, whatever I think is going to be interesting, I hope someone else finds interesting too. So, yeah.
Cool.
And yeah, I mean, like I said, I come from more of, I think, like a pop punk type background than I think, most people do. So. I can get nerdy about that.
Yeah.
There's a channel I like called the Punk Rock MBA. Have you heard of this guy? His name's Finn McKenty. He's got a pretty interesting channel that he breaks down like the hardcore punk scene and the metal scene. And, he has a series of what killed this genre videos. Like what killed pop punk, what killed screamo,
what did kill pop punk?
People growing up mostly. Yeah.
They're like, wow.
Yeah. They're singing songs about pizza and hating your hometown. You grow out of that shit.
Yeah.
But
Screamo. Man, screamo was this word, and it used to drive me crazy that people who didn't really listen to any heavy music would call like metal screamo. Yeah. And I'd be like, it isn't. Screamo is like it's a thing. It means something specific.
Yeah, they
not everything with growling is screamo.
Yeah.
And growling isn't screaming anyway.
Yeah. They're definitely two different things. There were some blurred lines in there for sure.
Sure.
Yeah. They're two different things for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever get into hardcore punk or anything like that?
Yeah, not as much as I should have.
Sure.
But yeah, like all that stuff like
Converge
and Converge and
I love Converge.
Converge is cool. But like that sort of stuff, like the super screaming punk stuff is fun.
It's interesting. The Beastie Boys started out as a hardcore punk band.
Did they?
Yeah,
that's
before
cool.
before they were sort of rap.
Nice.
Yeah.
That makes sense given all like the sabotages and the fight for your right type stuff. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Well, you want to improvise a little bit?
Sure, let's play. Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll
let me grab my instrument. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Cool.
That was fun.
Yeah. All right. Oliver Dobrian.
Hey,
All right.
thanks.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. Remember to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channels. And remember to visit my Patreon page to consider supporting my content generally. Thanks. Bye.